it's Carlos EDC. Here we go. One continuous shot for the place of spyderco's goat. So obviously I don't really mean it. There's a lot of other cool knives, but let's just humor me. Let's do this versus battle. So we'll just start with the blade, and haven't written anything down. It's just on top of my head. So in terms of blade, they're both about the same size. This one's a little bit longer. This is 2 3/4. This is almost 3 inches. Actually 3 inches. In terms of usability, they're both pointy. You can both do very precise cuts with it. Same here, you can do very precise cuts, opening boxes, envelopes, etc. In terms of the amount of belly and usability of the actual belly, they're both good to go. In terms of prepping food, they're both good to go. Cutting down boxes, they're both good to go. One's a hollow, one's a full flat. Both the jimpings are good to go. So in terms of blade, I think there's gonna be a tie. If this wasn't a hollow and it was just straight, the PM2 would win immediately. Well, actually, there's one more thing about the blade shape. And this one did not have a sharpening choil. As you can see, I added one myself. However, the SMOCK, the cutout here, makes it for a good sharpening choil. So I'm gonna give the edge. I'm gonna give the win to the SMOCK in terms of blade. Now, in terms of choking up with the blade and all that, they're both really similar. You can choke up. They both have jimping. However, I feel more secure stabbing with the PM2. So just in terms of blade shape, not blade geometry, I think it's a tie. But in terms of jimping, I'm gonna give the jimping to the PM2 just because I feel that cuts this way and this way are great, but cuts this way are good. In fact, that's the blade shape they give you, a downward one. But in terms of stabbing, I feel like the jimping doesn't help, and I feel like this might get a little bit uncomfortable if you're doing anything stabby. So in terms of jimping, I'm going to give it the win to the PM2. Now, in terms of action, as you can see, the PM2 is fall shut, yes. However, the SMOCK needed a little bit of help. So in terms of overall action, however, I'm going to do a tie again because this one has a flipper tab, and the flipper tab works very well. Slow roll it and flick it. Now, with the PM2, you can flick it, and you can flick it this way. You can slow roll it. So it's about the same, but the flipper tab is just a little bit more fun. So in terms of action, deployment, and closing, I'm going to give the edge to the SMOCK just because of the nuance of the flipper tab. However, if you have a whole bunch of flipper tabs that you enjoy flipping, this might not be a win for you. So we'll just continue down and talk about ergos. So in terms of ergos, the SMOCK feels pretty good down here. It feels pretty good down here, but like your finger, it feels a little bit out there in terms of the ergos. The ergos are good to go. If you guys watch my full review of the SMOCK, the ergos are good to go. Now, when you're choked up here, oh my, it feels great. Your fingers are not that separated either. When you're down here, this curvature turns a little bit of a hot spot, and everybody knows about that. But in terms of ergonomics and feeling safe and good to go, I'm gonna give the edge to the PM2. Everybody knows the PM2 is good to go in terms of ergos. The win for ergos is gonna go to the PM2. Now, in terms of the pocket clip, they both lose. This fucking pocket clips need a aftermarket pocket clip. Now, in terms of aesthetics, that's up to you guys. And in terms of materials, this is S30V, this is S30V. However, this is G10 in carbon fiber, and this is just G10 when you buy the normal one. Now let's go and talk about the things that you don't see in these two knives right now. The PM2 has enormous amount of different runs. So you can get S30V, you can get S35 like I got here, you can get M4, you can get coated M4, you can get Crewwear, you can get Maximat, you can get Rex 45. You get my point. With the PM2, you're not limited with S30V. So I'm going to give that one to the PM2. Now, in terms of scales, same thing with the scales. You can get micarta, you can get E10, you can get carbon fiber, you can get green, purple, orange, etc., etc. Just in terms of preference, I think you can get exactly what you want with a PM2 in the used market. I see them all the time, especially on Instagram. Now they're not going for that expensive of a price. So for example, at Blade HQ right now, you can get S110V as a steel for $172, which is $10 more than retail for S30V on this one. So the PM2 ultimately wins 3 battles, and wins a battle that it's not tangible when you just hold a single knife, but it is tangible when you're looking to buy a knife, which is options. So in today's battle, the PM2 is gonna be GOAT, and let me know in your comments. Let me know down below if you agree, if you disagree, if I did something you dislike. Let me know. Let's conversate. Ask me questions down there. Like, comment, subscribe. Full review coming soon of the Olight S2R baton. And yeah, I hope you guys have a freaking wonderful freaking day. Subscribe. Watch these 2 videos. Have a wonderful freaking day.